I currently do not yet see the smoking gun, hit it out of the park, stop all the presses. I'm going to call all of the people that you're responsible to and refuse to give you back because we have to follow this story to its conclusion. I haven't yet found that yet, but we're still in the hunt. We've only spent just a little time reporting on this story, so I'm not saying it's not there, but we still need to do some reporting. I mean, from what we have right now, we could write. I don't think we could write yet, but we do have a suspicion that the issuing of the U visas does have a direct effect on their ability to prosecute and convict in this segment of the population, from the information that Justin found in that Justice Department study. We do have some sort of that you could create a lead out of that, and sort of write the next story from the story that we saw. So we could wrap something around that on Friday if we wanted to. But what I'm going to do, let me see, we have 6 of you. I might just assign these 6 questions to each one of you, okay? And we'll go get these questions answered, and let's see if we can write something. Michelle, you have a projector, right? That we could hook up to my computer, and I could throw a WordPerfect up. I mean, a Microsoft Word document where we can jointly write a story. Okay.
Sure.
Great. So we'll do that on Friday. Yeah, I mean, do you want to keep going on this? Is this helpful? Is this working for you as in terms of what it's like to do investigative reporting and what to find out? Okay. Okay. Let me just summarize. Okay. I'm spacing on your name. Erica. It's Erica. Yeah. Okay. I knew it was E. Erica, you want to do the why the quota? Okay. You can talk to let me see. Oh, yeah. You can talk to Crystal Williams, okay? Call Crystal Williams and ask her why the quota in the first place and what are the arguments. Now, I want the whole thing about the quota. Why was there a quota in the first place? What's the argument to increase the quota? Should there be a quota? Okay. Who wants to do gaming the system? Catherine? You comfortable with that?
You mean what's the question? Can you rephrase?
I want you to talk to maybe find the case lawyer. Maybe find the case lawyer or Chris Smith. Why don't you talk to Chris Smith? You want to talk to Chris Smith, the congressman or his staff, okay? And you want to ask about the general, ask about all of these things. Try to find out the general context in which this might come up again, and whether what the next hearing might be like, or what the legislative prospects. But you really want to ask also, what about gaming the system? Is anybody concerned about gaming the system? And is there any study that shows that the system isn't being gamed? And by gaming the system, it's the question that you were asking, which is, can you create a crime that you snitch on that gets your whole family visas?
So you're saying that you want me to approach him not with that question directly, but first just ask other questions about.
We know that there's going to be a debate about whether to increase the quota,
right?
And we just ask him about
what's the
what's the process there, and they say, I have a question though. Is it possible to game the system? Was anyone ever, in this whole legislative process, was there any concern that the system might be gamed, and what precautions were, what safeguards were taken? Okay. Cindy, why don't you do the what's the crime? I want you to study the hearing record and the reports, and just focus on what's the breakdown of crimes? How much is human trafficking? How much is domestic violence? How much is drug related? How much is gang related? Okay. So we have kind of an idea of what these prosecutors, what these law enforcement people are doing actually with all these U visas that they issue. Okay.
Actually, I think I got that right here.
The State Department breaks that all down.
But is it for the U visas?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, and you sent that report to Cindy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cindy, and can you send the page to her? And that's a great place to start. See if you can find out any more information than that, whether the numbers have changed over the period of time. What's on the rise, what's on the fall. Or do the numbers stay static?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Divin, why don't you follow up on your mandatory cooperation? Gary, why don't you call Gary Swagan, or Hagen, the International Justice Mission. And that leaves effectiveness for Justin. You've already gotten a lot of information on the effectiveness, but you have to really nail down the connection between the statistics we found and the issuance of the visas, because we only suspect that, and that is our working lead at the moment. So if we don't have that connection, we don't have anything to write. So not too much pressure, Justin. Okay, so you want to really want to relate how effective is this program with respect to the U visa program, with respect to prosecutions, convictions, just to make sure that it might be in that study, but you can also. Who's calling Chris Smith? Catherine.
I am.
Catherine, can you, when you talk to Chris Smith, find out what other staffers on the Hill work on this program? Okay, he'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably the Justice Committee, the Judicial Committee, House Judiciary Committee, Senate Judiciary Committee staffer must be working on this as well. And can you send Justin those names? I don't want two of you calling it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to overwhelm a congressman with asking different pieces of the same story. But if Catherine, if you may just only get Chris Smith's staffer on this, which is fine. But if you can find out what other staffers are working on the thing and just immediately send that to Justin, then Justin can ask some of these questions in terms of effectiveness. And
he's the one holding all the hearings on this.
Well, I'm not sure. I would think the Judiciary Committee is probably holding hearings.
The hearings are being held by the Committee on International Relations.
Oh, okay.
That's representatives, and there's kind of the main person that testifies on behalf of the Act and the visa program is Paula Dobriansky.
Is she a DHS person?
She is the Undersecretary for the Office of Global Affairs in the State Department.
All right. You want to try to get her to make the argument for increased visas or less visas or whatever, and go to the House International Affairs Committee and find the staffer who's working on this. Like I said, there's some staffer or staffers on this, who know this whole drill. It's a 10-year drill. They know all the things that are happening. They know all the issues, and that's the. And I want maybe you can coordinate. I'm just going to put you and Catherine on the Hill there. Why don't you guys coordinate? And if you could, call more than one staffer. I mean, if there's 4 people involved on the Hill, just split it up, and just get because there could be something else here that I want to cover. Okay.
And do we say that we're just calling this?
Well, yeah, then we have to discuss that. What do we say? What can we say, Michelle? We can say that you're in a Christian Post and investigative reporting seminar, and you're focused on this story. Or can we say that? What can we say? You tell me.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking also.
Just say doing it for a class?
Yeah. Why don't you say you're just doing it for an investigative reporting class?
Yeah, investigative reporting class.
I'm taking an investigative reporting seminar this summer. And let's not let's not complicate things, right?
Yeah.
And we were working on this, whether or not this issue of U visas and whether the U visa quota. Yeah, just say you're working for an because it's the truth, right? Truth is speak truth to authority, as they say. Okay. And then so we all have our assignments, and you guys want to dig, and if we have all of those pieces, we might be able to write a story. Okay. All right. Got 10 minutes left, and anybody? I'll do is just sort of short. What's going on, Joe? Anybody have any thoughts? Have you been reading? Real Clear Politics? Anything jump out?